Hey guys, welcome to another episode of what?
The Insurance Television Network.
I'm Joe, and you're who?
I'm Trish.
Welcome, guys. Hey, again, we always bring you topics that try to take your game to a new level, right? And I was thinking. I said, you know what? What's some of the tactics and habits of a successful producer? So let's take a look at what we got. We spoke about this before, Trish, but, adversity, right? A lot of agents, they fear adversity. Oh my God, any obstacle comes, that's the end of it, right? You hear this a lot, right? So we got to get past all that adversity, right? Because it's just an obstacle. We got to knock it down, go to the next, knock it down, and success, we got to win, right? That's it.
Absolutely.
So let's take a look at certain things, right? So stop the beliefs, right? So Trish, did you ever hear, I can't make sales?
Yes, I've heard that.
Have you made sales?
Yeah, I don't think that way.
Oh, but you heard people, but they still made sales anyway.
Yes,
Okay.
they did.
Well, here's another one. I can't help these people. Really? Have you, like a person says to you, you can't help me, but have you ever helped them?
Absolutely.
Oh, so adversity. Another one. I can't get anyone to listen to me. Nobody answers their phone. You ever get that? They listen to you.
They
don't
listen.
They
They answer the phone.
That's
Eventually, someone's going to answer the phone.
If you portray yourself in the right way, the right manner, they will listen. Here's another one. Everybody hangs up on me. Oh my God, the end of the world. People hang up on you?
Sure.
Of course, who cares?
Not everyone.
No, but move on. Let it go. No one ever answers their phone. Really? Do you answer your phone?
I do answer my phone.
I answer my phone. So if they didn't answer their phone, so what? Move on. It doesn't matter. You see, these, as it says, is temporary beliefs. They're only temporary. But if you let these temporary beliefs take you over, what?
They become reality.
Yeah, the adversity won. So stop doing that. As we move on, did you ever say, I'll make calls later? Did you ever say that?
Not really.
No, because you do it. Okay. What about, I'll start working after I do this or I do that? I'll tell you what, I'm going to start working after I fix my washing machine because my washing machine broke. Would you do something like that?
No. Work time is work time.
Exactly. What about, I'll send mailers out tomorrow? Really? Tomorrow? Why tomorrow? Now.
Tomorrow never really comes.
Here's a good one. Tomorrow I'm going to call 100 extra people. Really? You couldn't even call 100 today. You're going to call 100 tomorrow? Face the facts. Get rid of all the adversity. I'll go into the office tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be in there bright and early. You ever hear anybody say that?
Yes, on their way out the door today.
There you go. What about, they never answer, so I won't call them again. So somebody doesn't answer. And you decide, well, I guess they don't want it. And you pre-assume they don't want it, so you don't call again. Is that foolish?
I would have lost out on a lot of clients if I did that.
There you go.
If I made a regular habit out of doing that.
So
you
don't
never
do it.
know.
Don't do it. And what about, I'll start again during AEP season? So in other words, let's say it's January. Whatever month it might be, I'll wait till AEP. Why? There's no business now?
I got to tell you, between January and now, I have sold more than I sold during
There you go.
AEP.
So why not? You see, adversity can really take over you, right? But as it says there, change the habits. Get the habits of success because that's what matters to you, right? Let's move on. Why the long way? Think about this, right? The past, the present, the future. Now you look back to 2015, and then you go to 2020, and then you go to 2025. Well, here's the bottom line for us. In the past, you learned some lessons. Learn those lessons, right? Present, activities of today. What's some activities of today for you, Trish? What do you do?
Oh, there's calls, there's customer service, there's mailers,
Okay.
there's game plan. I mean, my regular everyday activities.
There you go. You got it going on.
Yeah.
Well, what about the financial security going forward, right? Because the idea is this is what you have to simply think about. If you continue to do in the next 5 years what you did in the last 5 years, how's your future going to be? Think about that.
It's going to be exactly like it is now.
Right. Is your future looking good?
Every ounce of energy I have is going into my business and my future.
Yep.
Always thinking ahead of
Good.
what I'm trying to build.
So here's what we got to look at is this. You don't do something, you delay in doing something, it costs you money. It costs you money. How much money did it cost you? Well, how many apps did you not write? It could cost you thousands and thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars because you did not want to do an activity. I failed to believe you don't want to be productive, but we got to change your habits, right?
Exactly.
Let's move on. The power of practical intelligence. What the heck is practical intelligence? Knowing how to talk to somebody. You need to know how to talk to somebody.
You do.
You should, right? You should.
Yeah.
What about the knowledge that helps you read situations? In other words, if you see something going on, how do you interpret it? It's like you're driving a car. You're in one lane, and you see certain things going on ahead of you. Do you continue, if you're in a left-hand lane, do you continue to go in the left-hand lane if you see traffic in the left-hand lane? Do you?
No.
I don't think so.
You switch lanes.
You switch lanes.
Yeah.
Use your practical intelligence to switch lanes. If something's not working because you're not calling them, well, you know what you got to do, call. If you're calling them, it's not working, well, what are you saying to them? Practical intelligence, right? The knowledge to navigate a sale. A sale doesn't happen overnight. A sale is not, as soon as you pick up the phone, the person says, oh, Trish, thank God you called. Send me the paperwork. Do you ever get that?
No.
No. Nobody's going to
No.
get that, right? Maybe a relative might do that for you, but not the buying public, right? So you need to look at that, right? The knowledge to control the prospect. You need to control that prospect, not let the prospect control you. What do I mean by that, Trish? Any
Well,
idea?
you need to take control of the conversation. It can go one or two ways. Either they are resistant and they're throwing up roadblocks, and you need to control that situation with your rebuttals, or they want to go on and on and on and take you around the mulberry bush, and you don't have time for that.
Yep.
So you have to keep bringing the conversation back
Yep.
to getting your point across.
I like that. So that's the power of practical intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on. High IQs. Do you know what the IQ levels is? 130 to 144. That's very advanced. Well, that's really nice. But practical intelligence, basic ability to perceive, understand, and react to a situation. Just because you have a high IQ doesn't mean you're street smart. And just because you have a high IQ doesn't guarantee your sales are going to go really good. What becomes really good is certain habits that you do, right, Trish?
That's right.
You could be, look, congratulations if you have a 144 IQ. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Well, lucky you, I don't have that. But anyway, here's what I do know. I have a lot of practical intelligence, though. Do you, Trish?
Yes, I would rather have practical intelligence and street smarts over the 144 IQ any day.
So you're gifted not only with a high IQ, but practical intelligence also? This is fantastic. I never knew this.
It's amazing.
This is beautiful. So as we move on, fact, IQ doesn't equal success, just as we were saying. Experience or street knowledge, right, is more important than IQ. Because the idea is there's lots of components to success. What are they? As it says, marketing, product knowledge, and presentation skills. If you don't have great presentation skills, but have a high IQ, what good is that?
No.
What are you going to show a card to somebody and say, listen, I have a 144 IQ, please buy for me?
Or over-explain it
Yeah.
in terms they don't understand.
Too much explaining is no good, right?
No,
Too much
it's no
explaining,
good.
no good, right? We don't
It's no
want that. But the idea is marketing, product knowledge, and presentation skills. You got to nail them down. You got to market the right way, right? And again, we show you how to market the right way, right? It's being in front of people, right? Diversifying your touch points. Those are all very important, right? As we move on, a PhD. I don't have a high IQ, but I have a PhD. Imagine that. What's my PhD, Trish? What's yours?
Passionate,
Yes, passionate.
hungry, and driven.
Wow, PhD. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're passionate, hungry, and driven, you can be very successful. You see, passionate because you believe in what you sell. That's what it's all about. You believe you could help people. Hungry because you need to make that money. You know what? You could have a big bank account. But the idea is you don't know what tomorrow may bring. So add more to that big bank account. Do different things in life, right? So make more all the time. That's good. But then you have to be driven. Remember, there could be the agent that says, I'll make calls tomorrow. An agent that says, oh, my washing machine broke and I had to come in tomorrow. Or it could be this or it could be that, right? Whatever. The idea is you have to be driven to overcome all those obstacles. Right, Trish?
It's true.
It's true.
And working, being an entrepreneur, and I think that we're all entrepreneurs, I think the only way that it really works is if you have a solid, structured work day.
I agree.
You can't just work whenever you want.
Right,
I mean,
right.
That wouldn't work for me.
Think about this, right? When there's chaos out there and you don't want to go outside and you say you're not going to work from home, working from home, I don't know if I'm a big fan of that because there's too many distractions there, right? Whatever it may be, it'd be. But the idea is you have to be driven and to keep on overcoming all these obstacles and moving forward because you could do it, right? As we move on, there's a bridge to success. As it says, a bridge to success. What is it? Insurance is a sales-driven career, right? But it starts at what? Calls. I don't want to call. Well, then don't do the business.
It's going to be next
Absolutely.
to impossible if you don't make calls.
So what you need to look at is all of you who are new to the insurance business, it's in stages. So if we look at stage one, what that's all about, right? So you're building your book of business, right? You start to build a book of business, you're learning and all that stuff like that. Your strategy, you have to have a strategy to follow, right? And then referrals are going to be low. You're not going to get a lot of referrals because your book's that big. But then something happens, right? Then the intermediate stage, right? Where all systems are in place. You know what's going on. You got it all going on. Where are you? Think about it. Where are you? Multiple product lines offered. I'm not just selling Medicare. I'm doing final expense. I'm doing annuities. And then affiliations. Are you getting affiliated with who? What's got some
Senior
people?
centers, social workers, case workers. There's so many different avenues to go down. Pharmacies.
Pharmacies. I know you're working with elder care attorneys now, right? That's
Yes, I
working
am.
out well for you. Good. So you see, now what happens is the referrals become moderate now. We're building up the steam. That's what's important. The next thing is stage 3, you're advanced. Congratulations, right? Well, the idea is all systems are synchronized. Everything's working. You got it all going on. You have a sizable book of business, 6 figures now. That's really incredible. And it grows and grows and grows. But here's the important thing. Referrals are what? High. High, because you went through all the stages. You see, you got to go through stages to get successful. Nobody is an overnight success. Nobody can be an overnight sensation. You got to have certain things in place to make it happen. So look at the bridge to success as we move on. Well, success. Part luck, but mostly hard work. That's all it is.
Exactly.
Right? People say, oh, that person's lucky. Forget about the luck. It's just hard work. If you invest the time and energy into a program that works, like what we offer you, right? Follow it. It works, right? Has it worked for you?
It works for me, and that reminds me of a saying with somebody I know used to say, the harder I work, the luckier I get.
Ooh, I like that. That was a good one. I like that. As we move on, the success monitor. How do we let's look at two different things, the characteristics, the income potential, and also the outlook. Let's take a look at this. Now, number one, there's the blue collar mindset, and then there's a business owner mindset that you are, that I am, and that you are. With a blue collar mindset, they're clock watchers. They watch the clock. You could always tell somebody who doesn't own a company because they come in the morning at 9:01. When they leave at what? 4:59, they're out the door.
And they took a break.
Right, absolutely. They went to the water cooler, they went to the restrooms, they did anything to stall working, that's what they did, right? They stick to their tasks, right? No additional creativity, they don't bother, don't dare do that because they don't want to invest in their time and in their minds. They live in the present, they don't care about the future may bring, they don't care about that. The most important thing, they're not leaders. They're not leaders. That got to take a look at, right? They work for hourly and weekly salaries. Their salaries don't grow. They'll never accumulate any wealth. And their outlook is dismal. Think about it. If you don't invest in a business or invest in yourself, your outlook is really dismal. How many people are out of work right now, right? So the idea is we got to look at how we position ourselves. But take a look at that business owner mindset, Trish. What do they do, Trish? What do they do?
Well, you do everything.
Right.
But the number one thing is you have to live and breathe your business.
Yep,
so
absolutely.
you're always thinking and working of ways
True.
to build your business. You perform all aspects. I mean, you're the salesperson, you're the marketing person, you're the bookkeeper, you do it all. And you have to love what you do.
Yep.
I mean, you have to really put the energy into it, and you are performance driven because let's face it, if you don't produce, you're not making any money.
That's right.
Yeah.
So the idea of financial security, it's there. The outlook is a very good outlook, right? So what I want you to do is I want you to think about, you might not own a business, but if you're in the insurance business, you own a business.
You do.
So treat it like a business that's going to work for you. As we move on, you have to make a decision. Here's the decision. Not let nothing stop you. I don't know. Yes, don't let nothing stop you. Move on. Refuse to budge. So if someone's telling you, don't do this, don't do that, make sure you just do it, right, Trish? Just do what you need to do, right? You need to refuse to compromise. Don't be compromising on anything. Make sure you stick to the things that make you money, that keep you productive and keep you active. Quality long-term results require long-term commitment. You got to commit to something. What's your commitment level? Are you committing to something or not, right? And the bottom line is celebrate moments of success and learn from the adversity that happens. You ever have adverse moments?
Absolutely. There's moments when, there are days when I am walking on air because I wrote 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
And then there's days when I'm thinking, I didn't write anybody, but that is all the nature of the business.
Exactly.
The formula works. If you build a good foundation, you get to the
It
next
all works.
level.
That's true. That's very true. Because here's the bottom line. Adversity is just testing you. It's
Mm-hmm.
testing you. Every great mind, every successful person had adversity moving up. Nobody starts from the top and works their way down. The thing is, you start from the bottom, work your way up, right, Trish?
Yeah, it's like a set of stairs.
There you
and
go.
That's each step is a little bit of adversity.
And it
Some of
works.
them you leap over, some of them you crawl up. But
And here's the big thing. The door is in front of you. The door is in front of you. Don't just open up the door. You got to knock it down.
Yeah,
You got to
kick it
knock
in.
the door. You got to bash it down, kick it in, do whatever you got to do to make it happen. Because if you gently open up a door, it's not going to work. Yeah, it's not going to. Got to get in there. Get like an animal. Get in there. Get entrenched with it and do what you got to do. But as we move on, the to-do list you need. A to-do list. You have one?
I do.
I have one. You have one? Of course you do. Well, here's what it is. Each morning, make that to-do list at night, though, not in the morning, but get ready for it in the morning, right? Do the income-producing tasks first. So one of the tasks might be take your laundry to the dry cleaner. Make that last. Don't worry about that,
Yeah,
right?
no.
Make the money first. The money is what counts, right? The next thing, block 3 or 4 hours each day to making calls. Got to make
just
calls.
making calls, not 20 minutes here,
Yes.
30 minutes there. You are just making calls. You're not answering calls. You're just making
calls. And that's so important, right? So we have to make sure that we're doing that, right? The idea is, as it says, you have to decide you want to have a great day, a great week, a great year, or a great lifetime, because that's what the insurance business could do for you if you just do it. So let's go. Let's move on. Be that senior market specialist in your area. There's so many products, Trish. What kind of products do we offer?
Well, we offer Medicare, we
Medicare.
offer dental, final
Dental,
expense,
final
hospital
expense.
indemnity, legal shield, and now financial products.
Right. So the list goes on and on. And the more you position yourself with other products, the more chance you have of gaining new clients. And that's what counts. You're building a book of business, right? As we move on, what's your game plan? What is your game plan going to be? Let me tell you, the best game plan in the world is this. I want you to wake up in the morning and I want you to figure out what you're not going to do and then just go lay out in the beach and just do nothing all day. That's the biggest game plan you could ever do. How's that sound?
Oh, I could never. I would Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. I am racked with guilt
Right.
if I am not doing something
Yes.
towards my business or towards producing. Even if I don't write somebody that day, I have to
Yes.
make headway.
You do. You have to. It's important. So as we move on, let's role play. Customer service follow-up call. What's it all about? Everything we do is so relaxed. It's a customer service follow-up call. You heard us talk about this before. Don't forget, we're calling up leads that people did. People went on the internet. They filled out a business supply card, whatever it may be. But the bottom line is this. It's a customer service follow-up call. Be gentle with the people because you know what? We're not forced into selling something. We're not desperate to make a sale. We're helping people that want to be helped, right, Trish?
That's right.
And that's basically it. As we move on, right? Here's something that's really, really cool to look at. There are certain traits. There's a lot of stuff up there, right? There's successful people traits and unsuccessful people traits. So let me just name a few, and Trish, you name a few. So
Okay.
let's talk about the unsuccessful people first. Well, they're very negative. Do you know any negative people, right?
Oh, yeah.
We all do. We see it in our office. We see it around us all the time. What about they operate from a transactional perspective? They do one enrollment. They're good for the whole week, right? Well, okay. They take all the credit for their victories. They don't look at all the bad things they did. They don't look at the victories, which are probably very few and far away. They exude anger all the time, right? They don't know what they want to be. I'm just in the insurance business. I sell once in a while, whatever it may be. They hold a grudge. They blame others for their failures. Stop. Trish, what do these successful people do? Any idea?
Well, successful people, they want others to succeed.
Right.
They have a very positive attitude.
Positive.
They accept responsibility for their shortcomings.
Right.
They forgive others. They don't hold grudges. And
Interesting.
they read every day. They talk about new ideas. They brainstorm. They try and elevate in a different level any way they can.
That's true. So what do you want to be? Do you want to be successful? Do you want to be unsuccessful? All you got to do is look at the habits of each one. And if you're starting to fit the parameters of an unsuccessful person, change them and go for the green. Don't go for the red. Makes sense, right?
Exactly.
Go for the green. That's
Go
where
for
the
the
money
green in more than one way, right?
So here's the bottom line. You have the power. You have the power for success. You just got to go get it. Go get it, right? Trish, you have some times, some days that you feel things are not working out for you, right?
Sure.
It happens, right? You have some days you said you were floating on air, right? And everything in between.
Right.
So if you go out and keep on doing what you're supposed to do, only good things will happen. Because here's what we do know: at the end of the year, it all evens out. And if you keep on doing all good things happen, right?
You gotta believe it.
You gotta believe.
You gotta believe in yourself.
Absolutely. So, guys, I want to thank you for being on this episode of the Insurance Television Network. I'm Joe. This is Trish. We're going to see you next time. But remember, these lessons are only good if you utilize them and you put them into your life. So embrace them and embrace adversity, because you can be the victor over adversity. There you go.
Absolutely. You can do it.
You can do it. Take care, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye now.